Well, it's a fairly nice day, so I think we'll see if this 8N is going to start. Already started that one up and moved it out of the way, but this one hasn't run in probably 2 years, maybe 3. And yeah, I'm going to throw a battery in it. I've drained the gas. There might be some gas left in the carburetor that might burn, I don't know. But yeah, I'll grab the new battery we got, throw that in there, and crank her up and see if she works. Alright, we got the new battery in it. Hopefully, we'll just turn the gas on and crank her over and she'll fire right up. I'm hoping that whatever gas is in the carburetor is still halfway decent. Only one way to know, and that's to give her a try. I can smell that old gas. I'm going to take that intake off just to make sure we're not super flooded. Well, I went to take the intake off to look at it, and then I realized I forgot to turn the gas on. So I've turned that on, and maybe it'll go now. Nothing yet. I know the gas is on this time, so I'm going to pull that intake off and maybe we'll give her a little spray. See if she'll start. Alright, intake's off. Let's give her a little bit of spray and see if that'll help her go. Come on. There we go. Such luck. We'll have to dig deeper, I think. Well, I pulled one of the plugs, and the good news is it wasn't soaking wet, so I'm not flooding it out. Bad news is I didn't have any spark. So I went to check, see if I was getting power to the coil, and my meter decided it was a good time for the batteries to go dead. So I couldn't really check that until I fixed that meter, put new batteries in it. So I just assume it's getting power, and went ahead and I took off the distributor, and we'll clean up all this crap in the cap, and I'll take a look at the points, clean all that up, throw it back on, and hopefully that'll be the answer. And hopefully by then I'll also have a new battery for my meter, and I can actually see if it's getting power. But probably wasn't a bad idea to take it off anyway and clean everything up. Hopefully it'll work. Well, alright, a little bit windier today, but I went ahead and I cleaned up the cap and the rotor and the points in there. So now I can throw that back in, put it all back together, and hopefully we'll have spark at least. Still not sure about the fuel, but we'll find out when we get there. Alright, distributor's back in. Hopefully now we will have some spark. So still don't know about the gas, so I'm going to give her a little bit of spray just to see. Still got no chooching. Alright, I guess we'll make sure we got spark. Should have spark, but I'll pull one off and we'll check it again. Well, I went ahead and got my meter working so I can actually test and see what's going on. And as it turns out, that key is not working. It's getting power, but it's not delivering any. So I went ahead and made up this fancy little jumper wire here. And we'll put that in and crank her over and see if we get spark. Alright, I've got it jumped. Let's see if we get some spark. Still not seeing any spark. And of course it wasn't a spade terminal like I thought it was. Because why would it be easy, right? But that should be jumping it. Well, I accidentally hit the camera off button, but we got one little spark out of there. I think that's good enough for me. I'll go ahead and take that out of line, spray it a little bit, and hopefully she'll go. Alright, fuel is on, spark is on. We'll give her a little spray here. Oop. I can hit the intake. We'll see what it does. Might need a better jumper wire. Yeah, I'm going to get a little better jumper wire just to make sure I got a good connection. Okay, better jumper wire, making better contact. Come on. I know you want to run. I don't think we should need choke, but... There it goes. Well, we got to run a little bit. We might have a fuel issue. Would be my guess. Yeah, the fuel in there probably is not happy, but it started. We're making progress. Well, we've definitely got fuel now anyway. I don't think we were before. I took that bolt out of the bottom and drained it. I know it was coming through there, so I put it back in. And then it started coming out the front here, so that float was sticking. So I gave it a few taps. And it seems to have stopped running out of there, so I think we should be good to try to start it again. And hopefully it'll just work. Alright, I'm not going to choke it because there's plenty of gas in there. Should be anyway. Maybe I will give her a choke. There we go. Come on now. Ah, we almost had her. Yeah, we'll choke it. Oh, come on, you were working before. Well, we're getting closer. It ran for a little bit. Might have to tap that carburetor. Maybe the deal's stuck again. It don't do. Well, I think our needle might be sticking a little bit in there, which isn't surprising after sitting for 2 or 3 years. But went ahead and pulled the drain out again, tapped on it till I got a good flow, put it back in, and it was coming through the filter, filling this up but not spilling out. So maybe we're good. I don't know. Let's try it again. Alright, let's try her again. Yeah, I don't think it's flooded. Man, what a pain. Let's spray her again. I like spray. We'll just keep spraying it. It'll work, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to take that carburetor off if I don't have to. Just because it's more work. I just want it to run. Why won't it just run? I don't know. Alright, it's running. Yeah, and then it runs out of gas. Oh, well, I guess I gotta take the carbon shooter apart, or off anyway, and see if I can clean her out. Alright, I got the carb off and apart, and hopefully you can see all that green goo in the bottom of that carburetor. So no surprise it didn't run. I'll see if I can get that all cleaned out, and hopefully it'll get gas now and actually run. It was getting a little bit because it would run on choke for a little while, but not enough to keep her going. Alright, carburetor's back on. I got it decently well cleaned out. Not as good as I would have had it been warmer, but brake cleaner and bare skin in the freezing cold is not fun. So I got that on. Should be ready to go. Hopefully it'll just fire up now. How many times have I said that? Yeah, I think it'll work this time. Alright, should be ready to go. Yeah, choke. Well, we've got oil pressure, that's good. I think we got her. I'll probably have to clean that carb out better when it's warmer, but she's a running. Looks like it's charging. We got oil pressure. Don't get no better than that. I like it. Finally. Now I can make sure them nuts are torqued. And well, I don't know if it'll move or not, but we'll let it run for a minute. It hadn't run in a couple years, so not a bad idea to get all the fluids mixed up.